As you know by now, when a dyslexic child is called upon to answer a question, she will on occasion, no matter how well she knows the answer, blurt out a word that sounds similar but is incorrect, such as confession stand rather than concession stand. At such times, will an ill-prepared teacher who knows frightfully little about dyslexia stare at her in dismay while her classmates smirk or giggle? Or, alternatively, will her teacher who understands dyslexia smile and provide her with a choice? "Oh, Tina, did you mean concession stand or confession stand?" Thus providing an opportunity for the child to hear, recognize, and verbalize the correct response. In this case, Tina will have an opportunity to respond again, choosing the correct word, and then sit down feeling much better about herself. In a school where the climate is right, where knowledge of dyslexia is required, teachers will know that Tina, as a child who is dyslexic, may know the correct response, but will often be unable to retrieve the correct word. A school without a full understanding of dyslexia is not a school for your child. Things are bound to go wrong. For example, Marion is a wonderful, hard-working, and bright middle schooler who is dyslexic. Her school decided that she had to ask for extra time before each and every test. Of course, in granting Marion this accommodation, the school acknowledged that she required that time to be able to show her knowledge. But why should she have to ask for it each time? That does not represent a good climate. Not surprisingly, for one exam, Marion was so nervous that she neglected to make the request. Not only was she not allowed the extra time the school knew was necessary for her, but her school went on to count the grade on this test, which she was predictably unable to finish. This is not the kind of school you want your dyslexic child to attend. In Connecticut, the requirement for consideration in the gifted and talented program in at least one Fairfield County community required a student to be 2 years above his grade level in reading. Can you imagine that? Disregarding that dyslexia is defined as an unexpected difficulty in reading in relation to a person's intelligence, this ignorant rule assured that bright dyslexic students would be ineligible for placement in the program. Similarly, some schools make the false assumption that if you read slowly, you must also think slowly, and do not allow dyslexic students access to higher level math and science courses. A student named Don was as brilliant and eager a student as I have ever met, and yet his school would not even consider that he should be allowed to take AP Math or AP Chemistry courses. One of the most egregious cases of confusion of slow reading with slow thinking occurred at a top-rated college where a dyslexic student, Leo, had been approved for extra time on exams as an accommodation for his slow reading. He was very pleased with that and told his professor so. In response, the professor began speaking to Leo very, very slowly, as if Leo could not process the spoken words at a normal rate. The professor's assumption was that if Leo was a slow reader, he must also be a slow thinker. Not surprisingly, Leo was devastated by his professor's profound lack of understanding of dyslexia.
The thing that is most dangerous about students with dyslexia in standard schools is the danger that they misapprehend what their circumstances are, that they associate a slowness in reading with a limited intelligence, that they associate the difficulties of reading with difficulties in performing in life, and that they become discouraged. And I think that in a specialized school, that's much less likely to happen.